CBS 8's Kelly Hessedall joins us live from the downtown courthouse. Kelly, after 6 continuances, including one just yesterday, he was finally sentenced today, right?
That's right, and this was a long road to get here. The courtroom was packed. There were 6 deputies inside the courtroom. 3 of them were surrounding the defendant, Jesse Alvarez. And I can tell you, I have never seen a defendant in the state that he was here today. Go ahead and take a look at some video from inside the courtroom. Alvarez was in a wheelchair. He was lying with his face down on the table. You could see a large red bump on his forehead. His face was swollen. His eyes were closed. His defense attorney told the judge this is all the result of the injury he suffered yesterday at court, which it sounds like he freaked out in front of the deputies and fell and hit his head. Now, he said his client has been blacking out. He's in and out of consciousness. But ultimately, the judge said the sheriff's department brought him here. They thought he was in good enough shape to be here. We've delayed this 6 times already. It is time to move forward. Now, Alvarez was convicted of murdering his ex-girlfriend's fiance, Mario Fierro, out of jealousy. We heard from that ex today, Amy Gambara. She gave her victim impact statement remotely, and you could hear the pain in her voice. Take a listen.
One moment, Mario and I were planning our wedding. Then the next moment, our loved ones were planning his funeral. None of our loved ones expected this to happen, nor do we want to be at this sentencing today. Mario's confidence and faith were contagious, and he could light up a room with his energetic spirit. That's what I loved about him. I felt secure in Mario's love for me and had the gift of knowing his love every day. I wish.
And we also heard from the victim's sister, who talked about how losing Mario devastated their family and how much they miss him. Now, Alvarez's defense attorney leaned over and asked him at one point if he had anything to say, if he wanted to address the court, but he did not respond. So back out here live, the judge sentenced him to 25 years to life, plus life in prison without the possibility of parole. So Alvarez will never be a free man. The judge called this a cold-hearted murder case, and he said had this happened 20 years ago, that Alvarez probably would have gotten the death penalty. Carlo and Anna.
So, Kelly, what arguments did Alvarez's defense attorney even make to the judge before sentencing?
Well, first he tried to argue for a new trial, which the judge said no. And then he told the judge, you know, my client is autistic. It's hard enough for autistic people to function in society, you know, outside of a prison. It's going to be much harder for him to survive even inside a prison. However, the judge said, given the circumstances of this case, this was someone who stalked his victim, was lying in wait, shot this victim in the head several times, and then tried to claim self-defense. He said this is an extremely cold-hearted case.
Yeah, for watchers, it was some of the least believable testimony we've ever seen on a stand. Kelly Hessedall reporting live for us. Thanks, Kelly.